Good evening. Welcome to the Late Night Show with Jimmy Famill. I'm Jimmy Famill. This week, Nancy Burke met with Dimitri Garcia and convinced him to stop the vandalism. Here's what Kenny Goldwyn had to say.
Well, unfortunately, foreign policy is something a little more complicated than anything one meeting can accomplish. So I would appreciate it if Nancy let me, the class president, handle some of the more long-term practical solutions. Thank you.
There you have it. Practical long-term solutions. Who does he think he is, my marriage therapist? Well, anyways, the polls show a close race, and with the election coming up this week, his last chance to make up ground might be tonight's debate. Hold on, debate? What is this, me and my wife?
So you're polling strongest on the west side of campus, those are the liberal arts students. So just really try to hit on phrases like passion and creative freedom.
Okay, passion and creative freedom. Absolutely, I can do that.
Penny is strongest on East Quad with the engineering students. They really see him as somebody who cares about the little guy. So just try to burst that bubble whenever you can. And business majors from the north and south, that's our swing group. So they're up for grabs.
Okay, I will talk about things like responsibility and action. So like that.
Perfect.
Hi, welcome to the 2018 SoCal State University Student Presidential Candidate Debate. We'll begin with opening statements, starting with Class President Kenny Goldwyn.
Well, if you want to know my goals, they're the same they've always been since the start of this position. I've been in this job for a few years now, and I've learned that effective, long-term solutions don't come easy. They require time and thought. And I've dedicated myself to keeping majors from going overseas, funding awareness campaigns to make our campus a better place, and supporting our ROTC. Go Silkworms. Thank you.
Nancy?
Well, Thomas, I believe in giving people a chance. Every student matters, and every club matters, however small they may be. But above all else, I believe in action. Saying you can fix the problems in our school is one thing, but actually doing something, that's what counts.
And last in the polls, but first in our hearts, is John Garrison.
Hello, my name is John Garrison. Most of all, I want to say thank you for finally letting the third-party candidate onto the debate stage. Now, the most important part of democracy
All right, John, thanks. My first question involves the campus petition to replace what many consider to be microaggressions in the current cafeteria menu with more racially sensitive terms. Such changes include changing Italian sub to Southern European meat sandwich, Belgian waffles to deep dish waffles, and French fries to multicultural potato singles. Kenny, do you support this?
Thomas, I am proud to stand with the students in their quest for acceptance and equality. Now, I know that such virtues might be unfamiliar to Nancy, who fraternizes with oppressive dictators such as Dimitri Garcia of Tyson University, but we're better than that. In fact, these language changes shouldn't stop at the menus. If you are in line and you hear someone say Belgian waffle, speak up. Tell them to cut it out. It's steps like these that will help us fulfill the dream of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
Penny, to be frank, you're reminding me of Dimitri Garcia. We have to give people freedom of expression, otherwise we're just as good as a dictatorship. The students on our campus have produced such great art throughout the years. Where would this art be if we had quelled their creative freedom? As far as my fraternizing is concerned, it's impossible to reach a compromise if we don't meet with Tyson officials directly. That's why I was able to negotiate a peace agreement, and Kenny was not.
I appreciate Nancy's points, but let me just say that
I'm afraid we have to move on to our intermission. Please stay tuned.
Hey, take it easy on me out there. Oh, you know, they say a political campaign's a really good way to show your voters your real personality. Well, I say the opposite, because my real personality wouldn't even get me elected as a school auditor. Don't you hate it out there?
No, actually, I love it.
It's not for me. You know, this whole idea that you say one wrong thing, boom, your entire political career over. And it happens all the time too, like Rush Phillips in '08. Well, I better get back to preparing for round 2.
In the last year, 30 students were expelled for plagiarism. Are the current school plagiarism laws too harsh, too lax, or fine as is? Nancy, you may go first.
Our goal is to break the cycle of plagiarism through. We will do this through something that rehabilitation. Using rehabilitation, we will break this cycle of plagiarism.
You know how we eliminate plagiarism, Nancy? By throwing the plagiarizers out of the school. Now, we are not tough enough on crime in this school, Thomas. You know how I know? It's because there is still crime in this school. Now, the school senate, Nancy, they don't care about the average student. Nancy only cares about the criminals. And that makes 0 sense to me.
And let us not forget that waffles and pancakes are equal. That they're both basically get along.
Thomas, I think we both know that the both of us have always cared about the students. And from the beginning of my campaign,
The main thing I want students to take away from this, the main thing is that I care about them. And I will fight for them if it is the last thing I do.
It's now time for closing statements. Nancy.
We can do some really great things if I'm elected school president. Once I arrive at the school capitol, I will work with the school senate, and we're gonna make some great changes. Just remember one thing on election day. Burke works.
I respect Nancy, I really do. I think she makes me better. She pushes me to be the best candidate I can be. I don't think I'd be nearly as good a school president after this election without her. In reality, though, I don't need her to be great. This school doesn't need her. I need you, the average student. And we need each other. After all, it isn't one leader that makes a school great, but an entire student population. And I alone will lead you there.